Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my amazing guest today, back again, Mr. Jim Hardwick. Here we go.
Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Ta-da! Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Oh my goodness, I'm excited for today. How about you? It's been a while since I've actually been live, and over the holidays, we had a lot of pre-recorded shows, but they were great ones. But so thankful to be back live today, and just really blessed by this community. I had some ups and downs over the holidays. And so I'm just thankful for life and thankful to be here. Thankful for all of you that are praying for me. I got to spend my New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in the hospital from some side effects from my cancer treatment. But you know what? God is good because I had such great care and gave me an opportunity to just share joy and happiness and just the love of life with all the nurses and doctors, and they were so good to me, and I hopefully was a blessing to them. So anyway, it was actually not bad at all. I got it in time to visit my son. He had given me a gift of taking me to the Seahawks Rams game down in SoFi in LA, and was able to go down there and enjoy the game. It was amazing. Got out the day before I had to fly down, and then I got home, and then they had all the wildfires that they're going on now. So my son and daughter evacuated. They're right in the middle of that area. So please pray. Please pray for all the people in the LA area. There's just crazy things going on there, and all these fires are just tragic. So please pray for all of them. So anyway, here we are. Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. I'm ready for a good week. And you know what? I want to start off by first thanking my amazing sponsors. ACMG Digital. Man, if you want to get your business on display, not only through podcasting, but just through promotion, go to acmgdigital.com today, and they are a great resource. Lincoln Media Group. Man, if you want to get your business up in front of the local community on TVs in public areas where people see what's going on with your business, go to lincolnmediagroup.com today. They're amazing. My friend Michael is just amazing. Kickin' Cancer, kickin-cancer.org is how you get in touch with them. They're supporting people and their families going through cancer journey, and they're supporting me, and I greatly appreciate that. They actually have a couple promotional concerts, Russ Rocks concerts going on, coming up here this month and next to support me and my family, and I really appreciate that. And they do that for so many. I've been blessed to be part of them for years and help them as well. And the Alzheimer's Association, alz.org. alz.org is the place to go. And I can tell you, having a mama who went through Alzheimer's, such great organizations that really need your support. So when you're thinking about where you're doling out your money here in 2025, or just your support, things you can do for them, The Alzheimer's Association is a great place to look for that. ALZ.org is the place to go to give and find out more information. So today, Jim Hardwick, I'm telling you, this is his second or third time here because he's an amazing man and doing some great things. We're going to get to him in just a second, but I want to say a couple things. First of all, I mean, what in the world is Marketing with Russ all about, right? We've talked about a whole lot of other things that are not marketing. Well, let me tell you, we're all about how amazing people connect. And I'm telling you that connection and community building is the foundation of any good marketing plan, any good business. If you want to grow your business, if you want to sustain long-term your business, you need to connect and build community. And we're all about connection here. So we talk to amazing people who connect, hundreds and hundreds of them I have spoken with. And we're coming up soon. We'll be up on episode 500. So we're getting close. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a big one. So anyway, of course, I love to connect. Go to russhedge.com today. russhedge.com today. Little coffee, really good. Okay, russhedge.com is how you find out all about me. And you can connect to me however it works for you. Social media, email, phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar. And you can Zoom with me. And I would love to chat with you and really connect with you. Okay, please join our YouTube community. It's really growing. I'm so thankful for that. And you can just go straight to marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, you know how to get to my YouTube page, marketingwithruss.live. You can open up a separate tab right now. If you haven't already, please do. Open up a separate tab, type in marketingwithruss.live, and subscribe today. Why? What do you get, do you ask? Well, let me tell you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people with great value. Marketing with Russ, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, the Experience Local, and Russ Reels Live are all there. All that great information, I tell you, you'll be blessed. So go to there today, marketingwithruss.live. So, I mean, simple, right? If you know my name, you can get to my website, find out all about me, my marketing coaching, my inspirational speaking. That's really what I'm focusing on. If you're part of cancer groups or senior groups, dementia, Alzheimer's, I would love to speak with you. But if you're a business and you just need your workforce encouraged and me give them some help with connection, community building, purpose, the things that really matter when it comes to life and business, go to russhedge.com for that. And the last thing I want to say here is to please share this out today. Share this with your friends. Tag them. Say, guess what? Jim's going to be on. You don't want to miss it. Marketing with Russ. It's going to be great today. So, make sure that you tag your friends. Let them know. And, okay, last but not least, we always do a marketing tip of the day. And I tell you, I love this. They're little snippets. And what will happen is this will get cut out, put on YouTube Shorts, put on social media separately. So you can actually share this with friends separately. And today, this is just a good one. They're all good and they're all uplifting. But I tell you, these are little things that you need to remember, right? And so are you ready? Here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Shine your light. That's right. Shine your light. Be you, be authentic. Shine your value and purpose where you can help each other. So many people are looking for, how can someone come in and solve my problem? How can somebody help me? Well, I can tell you by shining a positive light. Need some more coffee. Shine that positive light. You will find that you alone will, by uplifting and encouraging people and helping them with what God has given you as a gift. If your gift is inspiration, great. If your gift is helping people with technical digital marketing, great. If your gift is helping people with sales or helping people with other issues in their business, maybe accounting, who knows what your talents are, but take those, shine your light and help people today. You can just do that by simply, whether it's through posts or whether it's just reaching out to others and just really giving them value, the value that God has put within you. share that with others. So shine your light today. And that is your marketing tip of the day. Okay. I think sometimes people think these things are so simple. And what do they really have to do with marketing? Well, let me tell you, if you don't focus on you and the talents and abilities you have been given and been blessed with, and just really be authentically you, then all the rest doesn't really matter. That's my opinion. And I don't know. Hopefully that helps you. But this whole thing with recreating yourself, I hope in 2025, you're not trying to recreate yourself, because you know what? You are you. Now, can you be a better you? Absolutely. Can you do some new things, take some new risks, and get out there and do some great things? Absolutely. But you are you. So forget about this recreating yourself, because it's too late. You were already created by God for who you are. Take what your strengths are and what your talents are and use those today. So anyway, okay. So we're going to get ready to go. I'm hoping that Jim is still there. It looks like his device is not connected. So Jim, if you can hear me, I need you to either pop on the screen, or let's see what he's doing now. Okay. And if not, go out and come back in the studio and we'll get you going here, because I can't see you right now at this point. So, all right. Hopefully we'll get that done. There we go. Okay. So technical, right? So I'm not the technical genius, by the way. I'm so thankful for people in my life that know way more than I do. And people like Ever, my amazing teammate, who she does all the work behind the scenes and does so much great stuff that I need, and helps me with the shows. And I'm so thankful for that. And there's so many good friends, like my friend D. Scott Smith, who knows way more technical stuff than I do. And so I rely on them. And guess what? Jim made it. Here he goes. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Don't you just love technology? I'm listening to your whole beginning, just smiling. Then you said, I can't see Jim. So I popped in and popped out. Hey, Russ, good to be back. And the whole time you're talking, I'm just smiling. Man, you are so inspirational. You're fighting cancer. You live a life with purpose. And so many of us, it's woe is me. Oh, I'm having a bad day. Folks, if you're having a bad day, listen to Russ. Get on and just listen to him. Start talking. If that doesn't pull you out of it, I don't know what is. So I'm blessed to know you, and I'm blessed to have this opportunity to be on your podcast. This is my third time by the way. But
Yes.
Gosh, everything you always talk about is the way I live my life and breathe, and that is being authentic, being vulnerable, and living a life with purpose. And you exemplify that as good as anybody I've ever seen. It's amazing.
Thank you. You are a blessing to me. And that's why I have you on, because you make me feel so good. No, it is my honor, honestly, to let God shine his light through me, and through purpose and through perspective and through inspiring and encouraging others. When I see what I'm going through and I think about all those people around me, and everybody has, the same thing going on in their life, and one way or the other, everybody's got stuff, right? And so I'm not alone with dealing with challenges. And I think to myself, how can I lift others and encourage others in the middle of what they're going through? It's just amazing. And I'm just very thankful every day for the opportunity to do that, to live my life and breathe. That's just great. God is good. So, well, listen, Jim, let's back up. Who is Jim for those who missed the last couple? What are you up to?
Busy. I am a Jim Hardwick, live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's actually 34 degrees this morning. We're about ready to just scream. We're not used to that cold. People in Alaska, other places, and up north are 6 feet of snow, are just laughing at that comment. But the beauty about it, we'll get up to 70 today. Anyway, so I've got three things. I'm a friend, so I help organizations that need sales help build their foundation for success. I've been doing that for 4 years on my own. I'm a sales builder, not a consultant. And I love what I do. I love it. I was in corporate America for 36 years, and I, trust me, been there, done that. But my two passion projects are Hardwick Foundation, which is hardwickfoundation.org. And we lead dental teams to Kenya every year. And we go over there and we work with the Maasai people. My wife's a dental hygienist, and this coming March, it'll be our 5th year going over. And just to put it in perspective, last March, in 4 days, we saw 293 patients, extracted 203 teeth, and 69% of the people there were in pain. The average household income is $2,500 a year. So we're taking two teams this coming year, and we're also building a clinic. So Russ, this time next year, I want to be on your podcast because I might be living in Kenya for 3 or 4 months because we're going to be building a house for us to live next to the clinic. I won't live there full time, but that. And then my third thing I do is I have a company called Magnificent Significance, and it's really about what Russ stands for. It's how do you create a life of significance? How do you build a legacy? So I wrote this program geared to business owners, business leaders that want to think outside their borders, want to go on a safari retreat in Kenya. And I'm taking people this coming October. We're going to go through my program for 2 hours, and you're going to have a couple of days of safari. We're going to go to one of the top safari camps in all of Africa, which has one of the highest lion populations. So all to say, Russ, the Hardwick household is extremely busy because February 21st, we're having our first gala to raise money for our clinic. We have $265,000 raised so far. And at $400,000, we break ground. So we have all the drawings, we have the architect, we have the builder. We're this close. And with our gala and letting people know about this, it's a very, very exciting time in my life. I was at lunch with somebody about 8 months ago, and they looked at me and said, you're in your flow. Well, being an old guy, I didn't know what that meant. And I hadn't read that book, Flow. Maybe you have. I hadn't read it. And I go, what does that mean? What's flow mean? And it just means that you're living each day. You're on fire. You're motivated. And as much right now, I'm going to bed about 9 o'clock at night because I do work all day. My wife and I have dinner, and then we both go back to our computers and continue to do work. And here's the reality behind that. I love every minute of it because why? It's the ability to serve others and living life with purpose. Yeah. When I was in corporate America, Russ, and some of you guys are going to be listening to this, do you remember the Sunday blues? When on Sunday night, your stomach gets in knots and you get all disbuttled and you just kind of sit around and start moping because you know you have to get up Monday morning and go back to corporate America? Man, I can't wait to get out of bed. And I'm 63 years old, be 64 next month. And I'd say I'm in the prime of my life. And that's what's exciting. So that's who I am, Russ.
Man, you are amazing and doing amazing things. And it gets me so excited. There's so many like mic drops there that I wanted to address, but now I'm going to forget them all. But I want to say that my bucket list is definitely getting healthy and going on a safari with Jim, number one. And also, I just love what you're all about, living life with purpose, and whether that's through the dental clinics that you're doing in Kenya, or whether that's through helping other businesses. I just love that you are using what God gifted you to do, just like I talked about, and shining your light so that you can help others. And I really think that that's why we're here. That is the purpose we're here, is to be able to bless and help other people. And it's not all about us all the time, and so I am blessed to know you, and I'm thankful for all that you're doing. So, okay, now just for those who missed before, how did you get into this whole, I know you talked about this before, but how did you get into the whole dental clinic thing? Just give a quick synopsis on where that all started, because I love that original story that you told.
Yeah. 2018, we went to Kenya for the first time on safari. My wife and I, we love to travel, and we just weren't that keen on Africa. We didn't understand it. Animals aren't that big a deal for us. And we're like, do we want to go to Africa or not? And our friend had gone in 2016 and told us it's life-changing. We went, yeah, okay. But then 2018, we had a chance to go. So we went. We thought one and done, take some pictures. Yes, see some animals and we're done. You go and you buy the REI safari stuff because you're absolutely the best tourist, right? And you do that kind of stuff. And so we went because of the organization we went with, and the safari camp they're associated with. We got to go visit a school, Russ. And then after the school, we went over to a medical clinic. And this medical clinic, and I was in healthcare, distribution, medical devices, that sort of thing for 36 years. So I understand. I've been in hundreds of hospitals, so I get it. So this medical clinic is a cinder block building with 2 rooms, physician assistant, virtually nothing else. And the tribe that's there is the Maasai. It's the indigenous tribe. There's about 1 million Maasai of the 52 million people in Kenya. So I walk into that place. There's not a whole lot. There's nothing in there. There's a few tables, some Maasai women and their children, and virtually nothing else. It's amazing what this physician assistant can do out there in the middle of nowhere. And I walk out of that place, and my wife's a hygienist, I think I might have mentioned. And I said to Derek, our guide, do they ever bring dental teams here? And he said, no, they don't bring dental teams, but medical teams come through. Let me take a step back. About 8 years before that, I'd read a book by Bob Buford called Halftime. It's how do you create a life of significance in the second half of your life? So I'd been searching, Russ, for about 8 years. How do you create that life of significance? Well, when I asked Derek, do they ever bring a dental team through here? He said no. And I said, is there a need? He goes, I got a cavity right here. And Russ, the minute I said that, and he said, I have a cavity right here, God spoke to me as clear as can be. And I also think some prior Maasai chief spoke to me and said, you're bringing a dental team back. So that night I went back to the tent. I asked my wife, I said, these people have nothing. We have so much. I want to bring a team back. And because we're kind of A personality people, we don't know what we don't know. We just went headlong into it. We went and met with her dentist about a week later and his wife and said, will you come alongside us? And 10 months later, we took our first team back of 8 people, brought all of our equipment. And the first year we saw 191 patients. We set up in a tent, and the rest is history. And then now we're going to build a clinic. Now we've seen over 1,224 people in 16 days, because if we go 4 days each year. So all lessons to be learned is you never know where you're going to end up. I mean, right. Kenya, for heaven's sakes, the Hardwicks, it's just
you just ask God to help you live a life of significance, and look what happens. I mean, things out of nowhere, God will put into your mind that you suddenly are like, yes, that is it. And I think, my purpose and my why in life, this is why you and I are so much alike, is to inspire and encourage people to live a purpose-driven life of significance. I want people to be world changers. I want them to be difference makers. And that is you, Jim. That is you. You are doing that. And we all have that opportunity. And I think I have been blessed with the opportunity of, this cancer thing, if I had a chance to go back, honestly, I would not. Because God has opened so many doors that I would never have been able to walk through before, that I now can, groups that I can now speak to that I would not have been able to really speak to before. Living this life gives you an opportunity to just empathize with people and really connect with people. And that is a significant difference that I make with what I'm doing. And everybody like you, Jim, and that what I am blessed to be able to do has that opportunity, right?
Oh, well, what's great about you is you've embraced your mountain. Instead of sulking, and woe is me, life is hard, you've embraced it. I had to take a year off of corporate America because of stress issues one time. I suffer from anxiety. We talk about being vulnerable. Yes. And I've learned how to deal with those issues. So folks, when you see people like Russ and I, don't think we don't struggle. Don't think we haven't been on our knees at times. But the cool part is, when you figure it out, and there's always moments in time that can be the walk through the valley of hell. But here's the blessing. We come out of that. And when we come out of that, we're better people. When you when I was going through some issues and my wife had come home at lunch because I worked out of the house, I know now that I look back thinking, man, I hope he's still around. I hope he's still there. That's how bleak it was. That now I can relate to people. I can put things in perspective because I had totally lost perspective. And that's what's important. And so when anybody listening to this, if you're hurting right now, understand it's a moment in time.
Right.
And here's the hardest thing to learn from that. By you hurting is when growth takes place.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Ding, ding, ding. Major mic drop, major gold nugget, everybody. When you're going through the biggest challenges, that's when the most growth takes place. That's when God uses you the most. And, I tell you, most people know the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. God is going with this. If you choose that, God is going with it through you and with you. And that's what comforts me every day, because when things get challenging, I know that God is with me. And it's interesting you bring up the anxiety thing too, because I have a family member who deals with anxiety pretty severely. And so with God's help, they've been able to manage that. And that makes a big difference. And you learn how to deal with what you have. And that's the thing that people need to realize. Life happens. This is my next book, everybody. Life happens, and then you choose. These things in life are going to happen to you. It's just life, right? You're going to have good and bad. I didn't want to go in the hospital on New Year's Eve, be transported by ambulance, go to the hospital, and end up staying in the hospital for 3 days. That's no fun. But you know what? I just flipped the script, and I thought, how can I bless the people in the hospital? How can I, be a positive impact, on others through my experience? You just need to take that perspective. And I speak about it all the time, Jim, the power of perspective. The right perspective drives you to greater things, no matter what you're going through, right?
Absolutely. And when you're going through it, trust me, it's hard to hear what we just said. It's so hard to hear somebody say, oh, you're going to get through it. You got to change your attitude. I've been there. The mind is crazy. Here's what's the cool thing. When I was going through help to help with my anxiety, my therapist, counselor, whatever, she said to me, do you know anxiety is really nature's way of protecting you? It sets up all these things of like the flight issue. And I never looked at that. Even though it's horrible, if anybody's ever gone through that and the feeling you get, and it's, and you just know when it's coming. But that is nature's way, the body's way, maybe God's way of protecting you for what's out there. It's a hard thing to hear when you're going through it, but it sure helps put it in perspective. And I just love, again, you are the role model for flipping the script, Russ. The role model, my word. I'm in the hospital on New Year's Eve, 3 days, but what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the hospital and see how I can make somebody else's life better. I just can't, I get goosebumps when you talk like that. So I know.
Well, and it's a choice we make, right, Jim? I mean, we have the choice to mope and groan. And I'm telling you, everybody, listen, it's not like I don't have my moments, just like Jim said, when you're dealing with stuff. I have my moments, before I went into the hospital, I was really sick, right? And so all of that process, I don't need to explain. I think people get the gist. That's not fun. It's not fun. I don't enjoy that. I'm not claiming that I'm praising God and doing things in the middle of throwing up. But what I'm saying is having a good perspective and knowing this too shall pass. Things will get better. This is not permanent. And, I believe that things are going to get better. I do every day. I'm expecting good results. Every time I go in for my cancer scans, I expect positive results. I don't always get them, but I always expect them. Right. And that whole perspective helps you through the process. So, okay, Jim, listen, we got to wrap this thing up for today. This is going to have to be an ongoing series because you are so amazing. So you just get me all fired up. So give everybody your gold nugget of today and remind everybody how to get in touch with you.
Here's my challenge. Life is short. I've had 3 people pass away in the last 5 weeks that I know. Live life with intention. Be intentional about each day. How are you going to change it? And I'm big on intentional sermonhood. If you wake up every morning thinking about one way you can serve somebody, it can be any kind of act of service. Your life will change. Your perspective will change. And you know when you lay your head on the pillow at night, you've made a difference. And that's what we're here for. That's why we're put on this earth, to make a difference in somebody else's life. So Russ, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I get inspired by you and love being on your podcast. Thank you.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, and remind everybody how they get in touch with you, because I get all excited. How do I get in touch with Jim and talk to him more?
Well, get a hold of me at J Hardwick at magnificentsignificance.com. Wait, that's wrong. I'm so sorry. Jim at mag-sig.com. Sorry, too much going on my brain. Jim at mag-sig.com. If you reach out to me there, I'll get back with you. And hey, also, if you're feeling frustrated or down and you just want to talk, reach out. I'm really good about bringing people out. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, but I've lived life and I'd love to see what's going on in your life. So thanks, Russ.
You bet. And I want to second that. Anybody that needs to reach out to me, just go to russhedge.com/contact, connect with me. And I would love to listen to what's going on in your life, pray for you, and be a solution, or hopefully provide some, just a listening ear and maybe a solution or two. Yeah, it is, Jim, such a blessing, such a blessing. We got all your contact information there, including that we got that in there, Jim at mag-sig.com. You got your free ebook, you got your LinkedIn link there, and your website. It's all there for you guys.
And the ebook is only 27 pages, 15-minute read. It's really, really short.
There you go. And that, people love that. So listen, everybody, click on it. That's all you got to do. All of that stuff is clickable. It's in the comments. It's in the show notes. Click on it. Go to Jim. Get his information. Meet with Jim and spend time chatting. I'm telling you, you'll be blessed for it. And I can't tell you, Jim, how much of a blessing you are to me. And like I said, definitely on my bucket list to get well and to go on a safari with Jim. And so looking forward to that. But in the meantime, we will do this again, my friend. And I just am so grateful for you. And you just have a wonderful day. I'm going to send you to the green room here, but hang tight for just a sec, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, Russ. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
See ya. Wow. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you're not inspired by Jim, I don't know who's going to inspire you. Hopefully I've been inspiring too. Yeah, I am telling you, what a blessing. There they are again. The email for Jim, his free ebook that's short, quick read. Yeah, thanks, Jim. I tell you, it is just a blessing. All of his information, or his LinkedIn information, has also been scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And I just want to tell all of you, you need people like Jim in your life. And you may have some Jims and people that are already blessing you, and that is so good. But let me ask you to consider, how can you bless others? What has God gifted you with that you can use to bless others? And sometimes it's just a smile or a kind word. That's all it takes. We all can do that. We all have the ability to do that. And sometimes we don't feel kind and we don't feel like being happy words, but yes, you can do that. Remember to pray for the people of LA, and my son and daughter-in-law are down there, and please pray for everybody down there. What a tragedy, and they need your prayers because it's just a lot of destruction going on with those fires, wildfires down in the LA area. Last but not least, if you need a good smile, I put up a post yesterday on both Facebook and LinkedIn. And this is kind of fun. I don't know. Sometimes you just kind of have to do things out of the box. I saw a friend that had done a thing on AI. I don't know if you're a big fan of AI or not, but on Chat GPT, she said, roast her name. And I copied this. So I put roast Russ Hedge like Chris Rock would do. And I took a comedian there, put it in there, had him roast me. It's hilarious. My daughter was laughing so hard, she couldn't breathe and couldn't tell anybody because it's so much like me, but it's funny. And so if you get a chance to read that, take a look at that on my Facebook or LinkedIn page. Those are all listed in the show notes and the information there. And most of all, I want to tell you that I have a LinkedIn newsletter weekly that goes out, and it's for the love of the game this week. The name of the main newsletter is But First Coffee is the name of the newsletter, because I love coffee in the morning. And so check that out too. It's every Monday that releases, and you can subscribe to that, or you can subscribe to my website, russhedge.com. And don't forget, most of all, love for you to join our YouTube community, because you get such access to Jim, all the episodes he's been on, the other amazing guests, by just going to marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of this show, you can find it and subscribe today. You'll have so much value. And then all that contact information for all those amazing people are there on those posts and on those videos. So yeah, you want to do that today for sure. Thank you to everybody who was part of the show today. And I'm telling you, it was just a blessing for everybody that was here. And I just want to finish with this word, and that is, think today how you can bless somebody, and go do it. Have an amazing week. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.